You are listening to Breathe and Bounce.
Yeah, it's the end of the year. Another year in the books as 2025 comes to a close. So what have you guys all done? What have you all learned? What have you accomplished? Well, I can tell you one thing. A lot of people probably went through a lot of hard shit, you know? I have heard so much talk on the internet about the year of the snake, which is what we're in right now. 2025 in that Chinese zodiac. And if you're going to go by the true Chinese zodiac, you still got a few months to go. Well, a couple weeks, not a month. Kind of ends in the middle of January somewhere. But that's okay. Because we are trying to be symbolic here. We're trying to say that this is the end of a space that sucks. And when you think about a snake, you think about a snake sheds skin and it brings new skin. So we start thinking about all the crap we went through this year to prepare us for the new stuff that's going to come next year. In numerology, if you take the numbers 2, 0, 2, 5 and add them together, you come up with the number 9, which is the end of a cycle. And then the following year in 2026 means make some good plans because it's the beginning of a new one, and it's where you're going to get the most energy and you're going to get the most bang for your buck. And we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to talk more about making plans. Maybe I'll get a numerologist here on the show to talk about that very thing. And we'll talk about moving forward. However, right now we're talking about this past year. Think to yourself, what has happened this past year that really sucked? And how has that helped you become who you are now? We always talk about find the lesson in the suckage, right? And what is the lesson you've learned from all the crap that's happened this year? I can tell you for me, I think one of the hardest things for me this year was my business, my school business, and I've had to adapt on so many different levels because, the drivers have increased exponentially. I mean, this is probably the second year that I have 40 drivers, but now when you really break it down, you're dealing with 40 different personalities, 40 different people that have needs, 40 different plates that you're trying to put food on so they can provide for themselves and their families and whatnot. And that's been a challenge for me. What also has been a challenge for me is it seems like there's so much strife in the energy in the world that people are really bitchy lately. And maybe it just was this past month because of the holidays, because I think holiday time can be a very stressful time for people. It can also be a very difficult time. It can be a very hard place to be in. But I mean, even before then, people just seem angry and mad. And I mean, I think we all have to ask ourselves, if we are angry and mad, what the fuck are we angry and mad about? What is making us turn the vibration of our life upside down and allowing that energy to be pushed into the atmosphere so it spreads? See, negativity is a virus. Negativity spreads like crazy. I can see it in situations right now that are right in front of me when it comes to the place I work out at. I see it when it comes to the town I live in. I see it where it comes to different types of places. The gossip, the innuendos, the judgments, all of those are enough to hurt people. And when I say hurt people, I don't mean just hurt them mentally. I mean spiritually it hurts. It makes people have to work harder to try to make something positive. Because we all want a positive experience in life, right? We all want things to work out. We want things to go our way. But we all have to be accepting of the fact that that simply is not going to happen. That we are going to have days where things absolutely suck. But the good news is you can learn from those situations. You can learn from those positions. You can learn from these places. That's where the gratitude comes in, and that's where the challenge comes in. So you start learning how to shed skin. You start learning how to shed all this shit. One of the things that one of my therapists said to me is that I have to learn how to shed the asshole skin. And it took me a very long time to shed the asshole skin. And sometimes that asshole skin can still be here once in a while. Likes to poke its head out once in a while, saying, hey, I'm still here. But knowing that has helped me, put a roadmap on my life and decide how I'm going to negotiate problems as they come up, and learning how to step back and say, I can't be me. I can't be my best self right now. So this year has been very hard for a lot of people. And a lot of people say because it's the year of the snake. And that might be true. Or maybe it just was your time to have a tough year. The point of the matter is what you do to handle your crises, your despairs, your losses, whatever you want to call, says a lot about how you do everything. So I would remind you, just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that fact that you just have to remember who you are. You have to remember where you've been, and you have to remember that you don't want to lose anything. When you're climbing up a mountain, you don't want to fall off the mountain. You eventually want to just find a place that's safe to take a break. And sometimes that requires you to let go of things, because when you're climbing up that mountain, things get freaking heavy. And you can't climb if you're carrying too much shit. So you got to start getting rid of things. You got to start shedding skin. Shedding shit. So what are you going to shed this year at this time? What have you shed? Think about it.
Now I peel my skin. Now I shed my skin. Now I peel my skin. Yeah, my second skin. Now I peel my skin. Now I peel my skin. No more shedding skin. Now I peel my skin.
So what have you found? What have you thought about? What didn't kill you this year that made you stronger? And people hate that. People hate that saying. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And it's true. It is very true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But at the same time, it may not make you stronger, right? It might make you feel a different way. It might make you feel anxious because once again, you're carrying all this shit with you. You're carrying all this crap. And you think about all the stuff that you've had to endure this year. I mean, there's been a lot of things. I mean, people lose relationships, people lose their homes, people lose their jobs, people lose family members, and it changes you. I've talked about this before, but I just feel like it bears repeating. So in 1999, my mom passed away because she had a heart attack. And that really showed me how important my mom was to me because my whole family basically disintegrated. Now, maybe not for them because my dad and my brother still had a relationship. But for me, I wasn't part of the cool kids club. My dad and my brother wanted nothing to do with me. And the reason why is because they thought I was weird because they thought that I was, not like them. They liked talking about sports and cars, and that wasn't really my jam. And, eventually I went through this period, and I was just telling my wife about this. I went through this period where I didn't even know who I was, and I was like totally getting into sports. And I would listen to sports radio all the time, and then I would talk to my dad and my brother about sports, and I'd feel like I was fitting in, right? And it was all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I do like sports, and I do have my teams I like to cheer for, but I don't really live and die by that. When I was living and dying by it, it didn't feel right. I was like abandoning so much shit. So, in that regard, when my mom died, I basically lost everybody. And I tried to reform relationships with people outside of my immediate family. And that didn't go too well either. And then when I finally had a strong bond with my aunt, I fucked that up because I completely let myself go insane. And I ended up losing her. I ended up losing one of my friends. I ended up losing a whole bunch of people because in 2016, I lost my freaking mind. I blew my relationship up. I blew my business up. I blew up all this stuff. That was, I guess, my year of the snake, right? Yeah, that was also a 9-year, by the way. And when we talk about numerology, sometimes you got to be careful of those 9 years. Like you take the number of, you take the digits in the year and add them together, and they come out to be 9. I guess you better be careful because things are going to start changing. Things are going to start getting away from you, and I didn't used to believe in this woo-woo bullshit for a very long time, especially when I was younger, but now when you put the pieces together and you take a look at certain things, you see that the patterns all align with each other. You look back at events of your life and you think about some of the most horrific things that happened. And most of the times, they're 9s. I mean, 1999, that's when my mom died. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 9 is 19. And then 19 plus 8 is 27. And then you take the last two numbers, 27, 2 plus 7, what does that equal? 9. 2016, same thing. Here we are in 2025 right now, and I've had some craziness happen, just other things that have happened to me. But it's been more of a shedding year because you're starting to learn. You're starting to learn about things that don't serve you anymore. And one of the things that isn't serving me lately is and I don't know if this is because my wife and I got closer, so people are like distancing themselves from me, but I'm starting to see that a lot of the places that I thought were safe maybe are not as safe as I thought they were. And I think that's another thing about this discovery about shedding. You start to really see things differently, especially when you become the observer. When you become the observer and not the person that's like, taking care of everything, you really start to get a good sense of who you are and what you want. And it's based on things that you've tried that don't work out. And there's no shame in trying things out and they're not working out. I mean, you have to give yourself the chance. You have to give yourself that grace, and you have to try things. I mean, you can go back to relationships and try them again. Maybe you go into it with the intention of doing things differently, but maybe the result doesn't become different. So then you start questioning that. Maybe, you go back to a job and it's not like it was the first time around. You go back to school, go get your master's. It wasn't like when you got your bachelor's. Different things. But the thing is, you have to give yourself the space to try stuff, because then you start playing the what if game. What if I did this? What if I did that? And no one likes to play the what if game. People just have to give it a shot. And I think right now, it is definitely that time of the season where you need to start making new plans, where you need to start thinking about what's right for you, start thinking about making dreams for yourself, thinking about new strategies, thinking about new stuff. Is definitely that time. So, start thinking about that. And I mean, like I said, once again, we'll probably get into this more next week when we get into the first show of 2026. But for now, I think it's okay to start looking ahead. We got a couple days left of the year. Start thinking about what we want. Start thinking about the things that we can do. It's that time of the season, right? Let's reflect and let's build.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he take us anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly, tell you why I really want to know. It's the time of the season for loving. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he taken anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly, tell you why
So, did you think about anything? Did you think about the people you love and how you can love them more? Did you think about the plans you might have, the things that you want to build upon? I know what I want to do next year. I can tell you right now what I want to do. First of all, I want to get this fucking thing off the ground. I know that there's probably 3 of you listening to me right now. I need more people. And the reason being is because I'm entertaining. I'm funny. I have a lot of good shit to say, and I think I have helpful shit to say. And I think people that, suffer from like mental health issues, or maybe someone just having a bad day can hear this show and get something out of it. So that's one of my goals for next year, is to find a way to blow up this brand and make it better. I am going to be teaching a few more classes throughout the week over at the Park District this coming year, and we'll see where that goes. Maybe more people will come. I hope. Because I can tell you right now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to make any bones about it. And maybe this is something I've had to deal with my year of the snake. Maybe I am not the great yoga teacher that I think I can be. Maybe it's not in my wheelhouse. I mean, I know yoga. I've studied it. I can teach it. But maybe my style of teaching isn't what yogis need. Maybe I have to do it differently. And maybe when I start this endeavor at the second week of January, when new classes start, then maybe I'm going to, tap in to that feeling where I can just be myself and teach the way I want to teach. I don't have to live by anyone else's rules. I'll just be myself. But I have to make sure whatever I do, people have to follow. So, that's one of my goals. Another goal I have is I really want to strengthen the relationship between my wife and I. And that one's a little bit more important than the last one. We've had some rough times. And unfortunately, I was the cause of a lot of those rough times. And I really want to give my family a place to feel safe. Because I've never done that. I haven't really been a good safety net for people because I've been too busy spiraling out of control myself and, going through all the shit that I've been through. And a lot of that shit was self-induced. So I've had to shed a lot of shit for many, many years. And that's cool. We just got to find a way to just, keep moving forward. I want to be a good father to my kids. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good teacher. I want to be a good performer, speaker, host. I just want to do what I can to make the world a better place. And that's why I do Breathe and Bounce. Because I want people to understand that you do not have to put yourself in this place of perfection. And you can be sloppy and you can, screw things up and you can make bad decisions, but you don't have to live with them all the time. You might make a very life-changing, altering decision where you hurt a ton of people. But you can find a way to come back, find a way to atone, and find a way to make it work. It just takes a lot of work. And I think the biggest thing, it takes a lot of learning who you are and being accept all those shitty parts of yourself. That, I think, was part of my biggest crutch, was I didn't want to accept some of these things about me. I wanted to give myself excuses. I wanted to say, oh, I'm mentally ill. Oh, I had a bad father. And a lot of that's true. It is true. But you know what? At the end of the day, you have choice. You have decisions. You are responsible for everything you say and do. So you have to understand that going into the year, knowing that if you want a new year, you need to think differently and you need to start taking responsibility for everything. Even if it's the most fucked up thing in the world, like I went into Dairy Queen and someone threw ice cream in my face. You have to take responsibility for the fact that if you wanted Dairy Queen, that wouldn't have happened. That's a little far, but it's true. But you don't have to take responsibility for the shithead that threw the ice cream in your face. That's the beautiful thing. So, all you can say to yourself right now is, it's been a tough year and a lot of shit has happened. You've overcome a lot of crap. You've overcome a lot of bullshit. And you did it. I mean, if you are listening to the show, that means you are alive and you have the opportunity to make changes this year. You have the opportunity to make yourself better. You have the opportunity to walk a different path. You have the opportunity to try something new. And I really hope that you do. Because it's been a hell of a year, but you're here and you're standing. So keep walking.
Cried some hard tears on some dark nights. Tried to pray through, nothing seemed to make the wrongs right. Oh, I can't believe the pain I've seen, but looking back through every step you never left, and I'm so thankful that I'm coming out the other side stronger. One foot in front of the other, hands still raising, heart still praising. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. Through the storms of hell and high water, I never left the hands of my Father. Love still breathing, thank you, Jesus. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. Oh, it cost me, but it taught me that you won't quit. How faithful, how amazing that your grace is. Oh, no matter what this life may bring, I know you'll bring me through. And even in my suffering, Lord, I can trust in you, yeah. I'm coming out the other side stronger. One foot in front of the other, hands still raising, heart still praising. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. Through the storms of hell and high water, I never left the hands of my Father. Love still breathing, thank you, Jesus. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. I made it through more than I thought that I could. I walked through the worst, but it worked for my good. It's a miracle that I can stand here and say I made it. Oh, I made it. I made it through more than I thought that I could. I walked through the worst, but it worked for my good. It's a miracle that I can stand here and say I made it. Yes, praise God, I made it. Oh, I made it. Coming out the other side stronger. One foot in front of the other, hands still raising, heart still praising. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. Through the storms of hell and high water, I never left the hands of my Father. Love still breathing, thank you, Jesus. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. Love still breathing, thank you, Jesus. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it.
That's right. You made it. You're here. And that's the most important thing. That you are here and now you have a chance to do something about righting the wrongs in your life, finding those spaces that need to be filled, checking off those boxes of all those blind spots that you've, might have missed this year, and just reflecting on the way that you want your life to be. But I think when it comes to each year, at the end of each year, we have to definitely have gratitude about some of the things that we went through. We obviously have to think, we got to say, I made it through this year and thank God for that, right? But it's like you have to give yourself credit. You have to give yourself gratitude that you are still walking, that you're still here, that you're not dead, that you haven't, fallen off the bridge, whatever. You have to just give yourself that grace and just find that love for yourself. More than anything, if there's one thing I can tell you about this year that I would love for you to do, is find more love for yourself. That's something that I plan on doing, is finding more love for myself. And just being grateful every day that I have another shot. Every morning I wake up, I'm thankful because I have another shot to make it happen. And making it happen looks different every day. And like I said, I really want to make my family work, and I really want Breathe and Bounce to become the thing that takes care of everything. I just feel like it's the biggest win-win. If I can get the message out there, and if people can hear this, and people can gravitate towards this, and then if I can help people by telling them not to walk in the same landmines on the field of earth that I've walked on, especially if you're men. Because, men make a lot of mistakes with the way they do the shit. Women do too. But men, I think it's part of our impulsive nature to want to help that gets us in trouble. And sometimes we got to say, not today, But one thing we can do is we can look back at this year and we can, look at some of the positives that have happened. Some of the things that we did this year that were really cool. I went to a live WWE show in San Diego. I thought that was really cool. I pretty much made a promise that I was going to work on my relationship. That's a real cool thing, I believe. I got to see my kids do so much cool shit this year as far as performing and things of that nature. I was able to come through for my family in some ways, even though it was afar. So I'm grateful for that. Looking back, man, you can just say thank you for the memories. Thank you for everything. Just that gratitude, man. And you got to have that gratitude for yourself, because a lot of these memories that you have wouldn't have happened if you did not put your foot forward and walk and try to make them happen. So give yourself love and grace.
Make it bend and break. Send you to me without say a prayer, but let the good times roll. In case God doesn't show. Let the good times roll. And I want these words to make things right, but it's the wrongs that make the words come to life. But who does he think he is? If that's the worst you got, better put your fingers back to the key. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like you, sweeter. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, sweeter.
Let's all be thankful. We can be thankful that it's the end of a year. It's over with. We don't have to worry about this shit anymore. We could be thankful that we had a great year. We could be thankful we had a shit year. But the thing that we can really take out of all of this, very simply put, is we had the time of our life this year, as we do every year, right? And all you can do, once again, you just gotta be very thankful, be grateful, and just plan on how you're going to do things differently. And just be happy that you have this chance. Every day is a chance. Every day is an opportunity. Every day is another place where you can make your mark. So, go out there, kick some ass, take some names, and have the time of your life.
I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to get off in this club and have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now. I want the time of my life. It's worldwide. Oh, baby. Give me the time of my life. Neo, let's get it. Let's get it now. This $20 I got, but I'ma have a good time balling in that. Tell the bartender, line up some shots, cause I'ma get loose tonight. She's on fire, she's so hot, I'm no liar. She burned up the spot, look like Mariah. I took another shot, told her drop it like it's hot. Dirty talk, dirty dance. She a freaky girl, and I'm a freaky man. She on the rebound, broke up with an ex, and I'm like Rodman, ready on deck. I told her wanna ride out, and she said yes. We didn't go to church, but I got blessed. Knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to get off in this club and have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now. I want the time of my life. Yeah. Oh, baby. Give me the time of my life. Let's get it now. Tonight I'ma lose my mind. Better get yours, cause I'm gonna get mine. Party every night like my last. Mom, you know the drill. Shake that ass. Go ahead, baby, let me see what you got. You know you got the biggest booty in this spot, and I just wanna see that thing drop. From the back to the front to the top. You know me, I'm off in the cut. Always like a squirrel, looking for a nut. This is up for show, I'm not talking about luck. I'm not talking about love, I'm talking about lust. Now let's get loose, have some fun. Forget about bills in the first of the month. It's my night, your night, our night. Let's turn it up. I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough in this club, have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now. I want the time of my life. Yeah. Oh, baby. Give me the time of my life. Let's get it now. Everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do so you might as well roll it up, drink it up, throw it up tonight. Oh, yeah. So everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do something. Everybody gon' do so you might as well roll it up, drink it up, throw it up tonight. Oh, yeah. This for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. But every day above ground is a great day. Remember that. I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to get off in this club, have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now. I want the time of my life. Yeah. Oh, baby. Give me the time of my life. Let's get it now.
So, You know, New Year's Eve is just a couple days away. And I hope you have the time of your life, but please be responsible because we don't want to read about you in the papers. All I can tell you is that, you know, with each day, we all keep learning, we all keep growing, we all keep doing what it is that we do. But we also have to remember that sometimes in life, we don't want to repeat everything that we always do. So, I'm glad that this year of the snake is over for you. This shit year for some of you. I'm glad that it has come to an end and you get to start anew. You get to find yourself again and again and again, and maybe you find deeper parts of yourself this year. You find that bridge between your soul and your heart, and you don't let your mind get in the way of you meeting those two. As when you get to that place, when you live through your heart, you live mindfully, it is the most beautiful place to be. And it takes work to get there. It takes a lot of time, effort, sacrifice. But we all are doing it. You, me, everybody. Just trying to be better than we were yesterday. Trying to make the day better yesterday. We're trying our best. And we are obviously going to try to make this year, 2026, be better than 2025. So I say to you, a toast. A toast to you, so you find your way and you find yourself. A toast to you that you find the people that make you feel the best, but always remember that it is you that can make yourself feel the best without anyone's help. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May your breath take you places that your mind cannot. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting, and have yourself a very, very happy New Year. I love you. Namaste.